Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. A little different setup on the next 24-hour temperature cast. I still think 90 might be in play for some of us, but today a little different setup. The air itself a little bit different, maybe a little drier upstairs, but I don't think it's going to be as hot today. That might be nice for a change. Top temperatures probably still going to fight their way close to 90 degrees, but maybe some of us can keep it in the 80s, and that's even with fewer showers, which we wouldn't expect. Typically, we start taking some of those rain chances down, and we expect those numbers to skyrocket, and that's going to happen over the weekend. But I think for today, and maybe even for tomorrow, those temperatures a little bit sluggish, even if we end up with fewer showers, and we should. I don't see a lot of activity out there for us this morning. We do have some numbers, mostly in the mid-70s. It's 76 in Tallahassee. It's 74 in Valdosta. It's 73 in Thomasville, and it still feels icky, sticky, muggy, gross outside. Those dew point numbers are up over 70. When we talk about the air getting a little bit drier, it's going to be just a little tiny bit, and really a lot of that's going to be happening upstairs in the atmosphere, not where we feel it, but it'll look a little different. Maybe we see a little bit more blue in the sky today. We do get a little bit more sunshine, which will get those temperatures climbing, but if the air itself is not as hot as it would be, then maybe we do see those temperatures stop in the upper 80s to around 90 instead of racing into the mid 90s, which will be a nice change. When you get a little brighter, a little drier, it doesn't have to be as crazy hot as it was all of last week and the week before that. Here's some of the numbers around the region right now, mostly in that 73 to 76 range. And then we see that 72 at Lafayette High School or that 79 at Alligator Point. So got a couple outliers, but most of those numbers in that tight grouping in the mid 70s. If there's a breeze, I think we're going to notice it today more from the north and northeast. That plays into that slight drying and fewer showers. How about fog? I see some spots out there where the visibility is reduced a little bit. Camilla down to 4 miles, Quincy, Thomasville, Homerville, 7 miles. So yeah, a little bit of patchy fog. Still awfully humid at the surface. Now, there's not a lot going on this morning, and unlike yesterday, we don't see all those showers getting lined up off to our west. So while there still likely will be some scattered showers, I think when the sea breeze kicks in this afternoon, that sea breeze will have to overcome that regular breeze from the north and northeast. That'll make it a little bit harder for those showers to get to more places. So I think today we get a little chance to dry out. That doesn't mean there won't be showers. There still will be showers today. I think they'll be a little bit more confined to southern areas and maybe southeastern areas. There still will be showers today, just not as many as the past couple of days. And I think that continues for tomorrow too. Still showers, not as many. Now, as we head into the weekend, we'll see if things start to snap back to a little bit more typical. We start to bring back a little bit more of the warmer and the muggy again. So it's not going to be any kind of permanent change or any kind of long-lasting change, but maybe a day or so where we keep it in the upper 80s and we don't have all the showers might be a real nice change for us. Around the region and around the Atlantic Basin, still looking at the same areas. Dexter is still there hanging on. We've got this disorganized energy off the east coast of the United States. It still doesn't look like much. And we've got this energy way out across the Atlantic that keeps looking more and more like it wants to turn into something, but hasn't done it just yet. So we've got plenty of things to keep our eyes on, nothing to be concerned with because none of this looks like it's headed in our direction. That area off the east coast of the United States, as it probably fizzles out over the next few days, that disorganized energy is drifting to the north, so away from the U.S. That other piece of energy way out across the Atlantic, that one likely turns north at some point before it gets close enough to the Caribbean to take that southern route. That's the one that usually raises our eyebrows. So as long as it stays out over the open waters of the North Atlantic, no matter what it becomes, no big deal with that one. Now, Tropical Storm Dexter is out there. It's likely going to lose those tropical characteristics, but it's still going to maintain some of that low pressure and maybe some of that circulation. So we'll continue to monitor this. Still not near any land area, not expected to be near any land area. I say it all the time, the best kind of tropical system, the one that impacts nobody. We'll watch, we'll see. So there's activity in the tropics, nothing that looks like it's going to impact the United States or especially the southeastern United States. Now on the Gulf today, winds out of the north and northeast 5 to 15, seas 1 to 3 feet. We'll put a little light chop in the protected waters. Early sunshine this morning, muggy. And you know what? The sun comes up at 7, and we should see some sun for the first several hours. That'll get those temperatures, I think, near 90 or maybe into the upper 80s. And I'm still going to leave the rain chances around 50 or 60%. There still will be some showers. I just don't think it's going to be like yesterday or the day before. And yeah, it's still going to be pretty humid out there. Tonight it's mid-70s. Any showers that do fire up, they should fizzle out quickly. I think we're going to stay kind of muggy in the overnight. And here's that 7-day forecast where you see how those daytime highs, they start inching back up by the weekend. But I also think the rain chances start inching back up maybe by the end of the weekend. So that'll knock those temperatures down. I don't see any crazy hot here, maybe the middle of next week. If we dry back out, we'll see those temperatures shoot up a little bit more into the mid-90s, but that's a long way down the road. For today, fewer showers, not zero, and highs near 90. That doesn't seem like a bad forecast for early August.